You are listening and watching to a very special podcast. We're continuing on where we left off on Maggie. Her point of view still continues in Phenomenon Serendipity 2. Alright, enjoy! She was just sitting there. Sitting there? Maggie Wolfe sitting and reading a book. Well, it was actually a manual on how to control her blood powers, but she knew that she had to study it in order to get stronger. Little did she know that someone was sneaking up behind her, and she didn't even notice. Or did she? She was still reading and reading when all of a sudden someone crept up, and just before they could pounce, Maggie said, "Don't even think about it, Sting. I know it's you," she said. Sting just froze there in shock. Then he looked at her from the angle of being upside down. "Well, how'd you know it was me?" he said. "Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You used to do that to me during training, but I'm not training today. Well, I'm actually training my brain. So where were you this morning, mister? I haven't seen you this morning." "Huh? You didn't tell me that?" Maggie said. "Just wanted to surprise you," Sting said. "Surprise this! Extend Hotokimaru!" Ikkaku came from behind and attacked Sting, but Sting managed to dodge that. And it looked like Rogue was training with Yumichika, too, in the Fend of All Chaos. And Yachiro was catching up to them with Frosh and Lector, but then she saw Maggie and said, "Hi, Mags! You're looking very nice today," she said. "Hello, Yachiro." Beavy came from behind to look. "So, did you get all the basics yet?" she asked. "Oh yeah, I'm reading it pretty good. I don't know how much words I can squeeze it into my brain." Wow. "You know, you've been reading that book for a while." "What? It's important," Maggie said. "Are you kidding me? Seriously? You reading? Now that's a first." "Well, guess you changed, huh?" Beavy said. "Yeah, I have," Maggie said, and she looked down to see Sting and Ikkaku still fighting one another in the sparring match, and she smiled, saying, "Sting helped me out with that," she remarked. "Are you sure you still got the hots for him? I mean, really," Beavy said. Maggie elbowed her. Beavy let out an "ow," and Maggie said, "Oh, please." "Okay, fine. He's a good-looking guy, but, you know, I doubt it." "That's funny," Beavy said with a laugh. "Yeah. Besides, I already did my morning exercise." "You did?" "Yeah, I did a split. Pretty good, huh?" "Okay, let me see," Beavy said. "Okay." She put her book down, but then she decided to bookmark it and then decided to go back to it when she's done demonstrating her split. She did one clap and then her feet went apart. The way her legs were, really styling. Beavy looked at her. Maggie tried to strain herself. "Sorry, whew, that was a big stretch there." "I guess you gotta try to be more flexible," Beavy said. She too did a clap and then she did in a perfect split without straining herself. Maggie carefully pulled her legs together. and then curled them back to hug her knees. Wow, you're not even pulling a muscle, Maggie remarked. Practice makes perfect. I've done a lot of yoga. So you have, Maggie said. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty much flexible. As I said, yeah. Maggie nodded. Evie, did you hear on the news of someone with telekinesis? Yeah, I've heard of that too, Evie said. Could it be a lost girl in trouble? Maggie asked. I have no idea, Evie said. Well, they've been doing this for hours. I think it's time to call it quits, right? Evie said, straightening herself out. Sure, why not? Maggie said. She went over and she took her book. Then Maggie called out, "All right, guys, break. It's over. Training's over. Come on." But we're not even done yet, Ikaku called out. So what? Come on. We got other work to do besides training. Now, get up here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ikaku was really upset. She always wants to end fights now, doesn't she? Ikaku said. Sting elbowed him. Hey, cool it. We'll do this some other time, alright? He walked away. Lecter followed. You can't mess with the boss, right? Yeah, you'll never mess with Sting. If he says we'll do it some other time, we'll do it some other time, okay? Frost said. Yeah, don't worry, Chrome Dome. You'll face him one day, believe me. Whitey has nothing on you, huh? Chrome Dome? Ikaku! Come on, Madarame. Let's go. Ikaku was pretty upset. He hated being called Chrome Dome. While Maggie and the others were walking by, suddenly Yukino couldn't believe what she was seeing. The others walked ahead, but they noticed that she wasn't following. Hey, what's the matter? Maggie asked. Yukino could not speak, so they decided to see, and they couldn't believe it. It was Mikasa Ackerman. Here she was wearing purple shorts and a white sports bra, and she had boots on, even fingerless gloves, and she was doing a perfect handstand. She must have been doing that for hours. Wow, that's amazing. I never knew she could do that, Yukino said. Yeah, I've heard that she's pretty tough, Maggie said. Do you think we'll be able to have a chance to fight with her? Ikaku said. Fight, 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 fight. That's all you want to do. Seriously? Come on, Maggie said. They watched as another door opens. Mikasa looked up from her handstand, and she made herself come back standing up straight on her feet. It was Silver Eden, who wanted to spar with her just a little. During that time, Silver was training with Mikasa in some fight. Boy, did Silver put up a pretty good fight, and so did Mikasa. Boy, Mikasa was pretty fast up. Silver tried to get the upper hand, but boy, both of them were pretty powerful. But it ended up where Mikasa finally grabbed Silver and threw her over backwards. Silver landed and looked up at Mikasa, who was staring at her down. But then, after some intensity, Mikasa helped Silver to her feet, and Silver smiled at her. They both were shaking hands. But man, Mikasa's got a lot of lean muscles. She is really beef. Well, she looked pretty lean for her woman figure, but still, she has one heck of a hot body. So the two girls left, and when they got out, they were talking to each other. During the talk, Maggie couldn't help but interrupt. "Hey, Mikasa!" Maggie called out. Mikasa could hear that and turned around. Maggie said, "Hey, listen, I just want to say you did pretty good, and you got some pretty killer abs." Mikasa just narrowed her eyes at her. It looked like it seemed. She was pretty emotionless. But Mikasa said, "Thank you," and she walked away. But then Beavy called out, "Hey, if you want, maybe one of us can fight you sometime," Beavy said. The others agreed. When Mikasa heard this, she turned and said, "I don't have to face one. I can take all of you if I wanted to," she said. "Woo! I love that," Maggie said. "It's a deal. Maybe next time." "Fine then," Mikasa said, and she walked away with Silver. Silver couldn't help but bounce up and down as her voice was saying, "Holy crap, that's intense. You really think you're gonna face all of them?" Maggie was spellbound. Wow. That is so cool. I can't believe it. Yeah, me neither. I never knew she could do that, Sting said. "Well, she is pretty powerful," Yachiru said. "Nothing's more powerful than Barrere. I bet she could pull a punch, physical or not," Beavy said. Hearing Barrere's name made Maggie sad. "Oh yeah, powerful, all right." She begins to walk away. Beavy noticed. "Where are you going?" she asked. I'm gonna go lay down for a bit. I don't feel good," Maggie said. "Are you okay? Do you want something to eat?" No, not really," Maggie said, and she walked off. The others knew why she was upset. "She feels really bad, doesn't she?" Beavy asked. Sting just shrugged, but Rogue said, "We all didn't know." Beavy watched Maggie sadly walking away. Thank you so much for listening and watching. We'll continue next time. So, I'll see you guys later. I'm Catherine Donovan. See you later.